Tengri, modern Turkish, Tanrı, Proto-Turkic **Teri/ **Tar, Mongolian script, Tengri, modern Mongolian, Tenger, is one of the names for the primary chief deity since the early Turkic, Xiongnu, Hunnic, Bulgar, and Mongolic, Xianbei, peoples. Worship of Tengri is Tengrism. The core beings in Tengrism are Sky Father, Tengri/Tenger Etseg, and Earth Mother, Eej/Gazar Eej. It involves shamanism, animism, totemism, and ancestor worship. The oldest form of the name is recorded in Chinese annals from the 4th century BC, describing the beliefs of the Xiongnu. It takes the form Cheng-li, which is hypothesized to be a Chinese transcription of Tangri. The Proto-Turkic form of the word has been reconstructed as **Teri or **Tar. Alternatively, a reconstructed Altaic etymology from **T Ajari, oath or god, would emphasize the god's divinity rather than his domain over the sky. The Turkic form, Tengri, is attested in the 11th century by Mahmud al-Kashgari. In modern Turkish, the derived word Tanrı is used as the generic word for God, or for the Abrahamic God, and is used today by Turkish people to refer to God. The supreme deity of the traditional religion of the Chuvash is Tur. Other reflexes of the name in modern languages include Mongolian, Sky, Bulgarian, Azerbaijani, Tanrı. The Chinese word for sky, Mandarin, Tin, Classical Chinese, Thn, and Japanese Han Dynasty loanword ten may also be related, possibly a loan from a prehistoric Central Asian language. According to Dimitrov, 1987, Aspandiat is the name given to Tengri by the Persians. Tengri was the national god of the Turks, described as the god of the Turks, Turuk Tengri. The Göktürk Khans based their power on a mandate from Tengri. These rulers were generally accepted as the sons of Tengri who represented him on earth. They wore titles such as Tengrikut, Kutlu, or Kutilmiş, based on the belief that they attained the Kut, the mighty spirit granted to these rulers by Tengri. Tengri was the chief deity worshipped by the ruling class of the Central Asian steppe peoples in 6th to 9th centuries, Turkic peoples, Mongols, and Hungarians. It lost its importance when the Uyguric Khagans proclaimed Manichaeism the state religion in the 8th century. The worship of Tengri was brought into Eastern Europe by the Huns and early Bulgars. It lost its importance when the Uyguric Khagans proclaimed Manichaeism the state religion in the 8th century. Tengri is considered to be the chief god who created all things. In addition to this celestial god, they also had minor divinities that served the purposes of Tengri. As Gok Tanrı, he was the father of the sun, Koyush, and moon, Tanrı, and also Umi, Erlik, and sometimes Ulgen. Mythology. Tengri was the main god of the Turkic pantheon, controlling the celestial sphere. Tengri is considered to be strikingly similar to the Indo-European sky god, Dios, and the structure of the reconstructed Proto-Indo-European religion is closer to that of the early Turks than to the religion of any people of Near Eastern or Mediterranean antiquity. The most important contemporary testimony of Tengri worship is found in the Old Turkic Orkhon inscriptions, dated to the early 8th century. Written in the so-called Orkhon script, these inscriptions record an account of the mythological origins of the Turks. The inscription dedicated to Kultijan includes the passages, in the translation provided by the Language Committee of Ministry of Culture and Information of the Republic of Kazakhstan: when the blue sky Tengri above and the brown earth below were created, between them a human being was created. Over the human beings, my ancestors Buman Kagan and Istamai Kagan ruled. They ruled people by Turkish laws. They led them and succeeded. Face 1, Line 1, Tengri creates death. Human beings have all been created in order to die. Face 2, Line 9, you passed away, lit, went flying, until Tengri gives you life again. Face 2, Line 14. In Turkic mythology, Tengri is a pure, white goose that flies constantly over an endless expanse of water, which represents time. Beneath this water, Anna, White Mother, calls out to him saying create. To overcome his loneliness, Tengri creates Kishi, who is not as pure or as white as Tengri, and together they set up the world. Erkisi becomes a demonic character and strives to mislead people and draw them into its darkness. Tengri assumes the name Tengri Ulgen and withdraws into heaven, from which he tries to provide people with guidance through sacred animals that he sends among them. The AK Tengris occupy the fifth level of heaven. Shaman priests who want to reach Tengri Ulgen never get further than this level, where they convey their wishes to the divine guides. Returns to earth or to the human level take place in a goose-shaped vessel. According to Mahmud Kashgari, Tengri was known to make plants grow and the lightning flash. Turks used the adjective Tengri, which means heavenly, divine, to label everything that seemed grandiose, such as a tree or a mountain, and they stooped to such entities. A pyramidal peak of the Tian Shan range between Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan is called Khan Tengri. The Tian Shan itself is known in Uyghur as the Tanri Tajai. The Tangrı Mountains on Livingston Island in the South Shetland Islands of Antarctica are also named after the deity. The Bulgars named a large mountain in the Rila mountain range after Tangrı, although it was renamed in the 15th century to Musalla, Mountain of Allah, by the Ottoman Turks. At Tenger, the highest mountain of the Xiongnu Mountains in Mongolia. Tenger Desert, a desert in Inner Mongolia, China. Modern revival. Tengrism is the term for a revival of Central Asian shamanism after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. In Kyrgyzstan, Tengrism was suggested as a pan-Turkic national ideology following the 2005 presidential elections by an ideological committee chaired by State Secretary Dastan Sarigulov.